So hello guys, welcome to Java JSON, and in this video we are going to start one very important topics, which is object oriented programming language in Java. So OOPS basically stand for the object oriented programming language. The main agenda of the OOPS is like it's one of the technique to design our project in better way, okay, so that we can achieve the reusability and dynamic binding, okay. So those things will come inside this, and we can achieve the security also through that, okay. We can achieve the abstractions, you can achieve the inheritance, which is reusability properties, each and everything. So OOPS is one of the design principles of our code or classes, you can say, okay. So basically people are saying object oriented programming in Java is a technique to design our code in the better way or good way, you can say, okay. Let's understand what is the OOPS, okay. So if I talk about the OOPS, basically you can see here what is the OOPS in Java. So in Java, OOPS is a fundamental concept that allow you to organize means what? Organize your code into the reusable modular components called classes. So reusable means like whatever the codes you have, which is you are reusing into the multiple places, you don't need to write again and again those code, that is called reusable. Organize means separate code you are going to write, so that easily you can understood and you can write the code in that, okay. So this is the things we need to understood. So this is the functional concept which is allow you to organize your data and reusable the modular components called classes. Each classes define blueprint of creating a objects. So what is the blueprint of creating a objects, and how we can create objects in Java, and object that share a common set of the properties, okay. And whatever the objects we have created of those particular classes, it's having a common set of properties, which is attribute and behavior and methods. In Java there are four main types of the OOPS. So I'm going one by one to the OOPS concept, and I will explore each and everything inside the OOPS, okay. So like many times interviewer will ask you, hey, can you please tell me what is the main features, what is the main like pillars of the Java. So you have to tell only four things, which is encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism and abstraction. That is very important. If you know about it, that's it, your interview will be clear, no doubt in that, okay. So by using a OOPS principles in Java, you can create more organized, reusables and maintained robust code, which can save your time and effort in the long run, okay. So basically this is the one of the concept which having some design principle which you follow, then only you can write your code in the organized way, reusable way, maintainable way, okay, which can have the time. So because of that, it will save your time, it will not take more time to write a code and so do all those things. So it's very easy to track each and everything, okay. Let's go and understand. So this is the OOPS concept basically we are talking about, okay. So in OOPS it will come like a classes, object, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism and abstractions. So let me talk about what is the classes. So as of now, whatever the code we have written, which is classes only. So creating a classes, those are the classes. So basically classes is the blueprint of object we are saying, okay. And the class having a particular whatever the attributes and fields we can define inside this, those are the classes. What do you mean by object? So object is basically it's an instance of class. So whatever the class I have, we can create an object of those class with the new keyword, that is called object or instance of the classes, okay. So we have already created the so many object in the previous section or previous classes. You already know about the what is class, what is object. But as of now, you don't know what is the encapsulation, what is the inheritance, what is the polymorphism, what is the abstractions. So basically we are going to discuss about all those things which you don't know. Okay, so let me start with the encapsulations. Okay, so what is basically encapsulation? So let's learn some point and then we can do the coding and we can understood what is exactly encapsulation in Java. So here you can see this is the mechanism of hiding the internal details of the object and providing a public interface to interact with it. What do you mean by this? So in the class we have created one class. Inside the class, whatever the variables we have, we can define those variables with the private, and we can provide a method to access those variables. We can't provide the access of those particular variables directly to other classes. That is called encapsulation. Simply it means. Okay, next, encapsulation allow you to control access. Encapsulation allow you to control access to the internal state of object, preventing unwanted modification or access from the outside the object. For example, I have some variables A, B, C, and someone tried to access from the other classes directly. So if I make our variable as a public, definitely they are able to access it. But if I make it private, those peoples will not be able to access my variables. So for that I will provide one methods which is getter setter methods, and in the getter setter method I can use the validations also. If the correct value only he given, then only I will provide the access of those particular value, otherwise no. So this is the one of the way. Okay, encapsulation is an important concept in OOPS. It is a help to create a more robust and maintainable copy of the restricting direct access to the class members and providing a control interface for the interacting with them. Okay, so as of now whatever you understood, let's go and implement into the STS. Okay, let me open the STS, just close all those classes, and here I'm going to create one class. Okay, let me change the package also, which is oops. Okay, and let me give the class name which is encapsulation. So I have to create an encapsulation. What can I do? I have to create one class which is a student. For example, a student. So a student is a class. Okay, inside this class I have created 3 variables which is private. I have to make it private. While achieving the encapsulation, it makes sure you have to declare your variable which is private inside the classes, which is instance variable. So you can write private. Okay, int, so sid. So sid you can write, or id you can write directly. Okay, private string name. So this is the property. So every property we are making at a private double p. So this is the one particular details of particular strings. Okay, double p. Okay, so this variable is private. We have not provided the access of this variable directly to the other classes. Okay, so what we can do right now, if someone try to access this variable, they will not able to access it because it's a private. You can go and check out the access modifier topics, you can understood. Okay, now while making every variable as a private, I have to give some way to access this variable. So for that I will give a setter getter methods. How you can generate the setter getter method? Just right click on your desktop and go to the source, and here you can see generate setter and getter. Select all and just generate it. Okay, so we have generated a setter getter method for all those variables. So if someone asks you what is the encapsulation, you can simply tell him encapsulation is a mechanism to make all those instance variable as a private, okay, all instance variable as a private, and provide the access of those variables with the help of public getter and setter method, that is called encapsulation. I hope you remember it. If you not remember it, please note down, pause the video and note down the definition. This is very important definition. If you know, it's very nice. Okay, once it is done, you can create inside this. For creating an object, you can create one default constructor also. So go to the source and create one constructor. Okay, deselect all. So I'm going to create this constructor, which is default constructor. Also, you can create, while printing a data, you can create a toString method, okay, inside this. So right click and go to the source, generate the toString method, select it, generate it. Now you can see this method is now perfectly designed. Control Shift F, so that this will format it. So now you can see this method is completely designed. You can see this method completely designed, okay, for the with the help of the encapsulation. So that is called encapsulation, you can say. So creating a variable as a private and provide the access of those particular variable with the help of the getter setter method, that is called what? Encapsulation. So how I am saying to access of this variable? So let's go and create one more class, okay, encapsulation test, or you can write a student test. student test. So this is the two classes. One is student, which is encapsulated classes, and this is the test where I'm going to create a main methods. So this is the main method. Okay, inside the main method, I am trying to access these particular variables, which is this value ID. I want a student ID. So what I will do is I will create an object of a student. A student is equal to new student. So I have created the object, but when I try to access it, s out, and I want to print s dot a. So I'm not able to see the a or id anything. S dot id. Okay. So directly I'm not able to access it. It's saying like this variable is a field is id not visible for this class. In this class it's a visible. id is visible in this class because of private. It will available inside this class only. But same thing variable, if I try to access with some other classes, so I'm not able to access. Only this classes is provide me setter getter method to access this variable. So I will write s dot get id, then only I am able to access it. Okay, let's run this code and you can see the id. So right now you can see the id is 0. How we are getting the 0? So here you can see get id. So let's go to the get id method, control and click on that implementations. So you can go to here and you can see here it's returning id, and inside this class id is nothing but int type. So because of that it's returned the integer value, which is 0. Okay, so this is the things, okay, we have covered as of now. So that is called encapsulation. If I talk about here encapsulation, suppose you want to create a class to represent a bank account, and you might define the private instance variable for the account balance, okay, and account number along with the public methods for depositing and withdrawing funds. So if you go to the bank and he will give you a method to like withdraw the amount and deposit the amount, but he will not directly give the access of those particular variable to store your amount and do the operations on that, those things. Okay, so same thing you can understand. So this is the one example you can see here. So this is the bank account and we have make those variables which is balance and account number which is private, and we are providing the access of those particular data which is account number or balances with the help of the deposit and withdrawal which is public method, that is called encapsulation. Okay, simple. Next topic is inheritance in Java. So once you discuss about the encapsulations, it will come inheritance. So I hope you understood as of now what is the encapsulations and how we can use it real time. So real time, this is the encapsulations class. Okay, so whenever industry you go, always make sure you have to create a POJO class or maybe what are the model class or entity class which is look like this one only. Okay, so we are providing the some security with the encapsulations on the classes which is model or entity with the help of the encapsulations, okay. So this is called a one security part. Okay, let's go to the slide. Now the next topic is inheritance, and this is a very very important topic also. Okay, this topic will provide us reusability. Okay, let me talk about it. So this is the ability, this inheritance having a ability to create a new classes based on the existing classes. So for example, you have a already one classes which has existing classes and we need to create a new classes, so we can take the help of the existing classes and we can create our own classes. That is called inheritance. Inheriting its attribute and methods and adding new ones. So for example, having a one parent class, so those are the already existing class, we can say those are the parent class, and whatever the class you created by taking a help of the parent class which is child class we have created, so we can say the child class is nothing but what? Parent child class. Okay, inheritance allow you to reuse the code, create a hierarchicals of the related classes and implements polymorphisms. Okay, so polymorphism we can discuss more later. Okay, but as of now just go with the inheritance. Okay, so how many types of the inheritance are there exist in Java? So there are 5 types of inheritance exist in Java. Okay, but Java supports only 4 types of the inheritance. It will not support 5 types of the inheritance. Okay, so single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance and multi-level inheritance. So these are the inheritance you can see. So this is the 2 times we have written: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and single, multi-levels, single, okay, hierarchical inheritance. Multiple inheritance achieved through the interface, and this is not supported multi-level inheritance. Okay, so this is the something wrong slides I have created, I think. So we need to talk about, this is something like hybrid inheritance. Hybrid. Okay, so let me change. So this is called hybrid. Hybrid inheritance, and this one achieved through the interface. Okay, So multiple inheritance we can achieve through the interface, but not with class. Okay, and hybrid will not support by the Java. Okay, so as of now we can say these are the two: multiple inheritance or hybrid inheritance will be not supported by the Java. Okay, and multiple inheritance will be only supported by the classes. Okay, so those things we can discuss later. So this is the single inheritance, which is superclass, subclass, hierarchical inheritance, superclass, and those are the subclass. Okay, so these things will happen like that only. So this is the single inheritance, one classes which is superclass, one classes is subclass. It's inheriting the property of the superclass into the subclass, that is called single inheritance. This is the hierarchical inheritance, you can see. This is the multi-level inheritance, you can see. This will extend the property of this class, this one extend the property of this class, so that is called a multiple level inheritance. Okay, if you talk about the hybrid inheritance, or if you talk about the multiple inheritance, so through the class it's not possible, through the interface it's possible. If you go with the hybrid inheritance, so this one is not supported by the Java. So what will happen is, having a one superclass, we can create a two child class. Again, through the two child class we can't create a another child class, that is not possible. Same thing it's happened here also. So through the interface that is possible, hierarchical inheritance also, multiple inheritance also, but with the help of classes it's not possible. So with the help of the classes, it only support this one: single inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multi-level inheritance. Okay, and hybrid or multiple inheritance will be not supported. Okay, later we can discuss like what is the inheritance. So here you can see, suppose you want to create a set of the classes to represent a different shape, such as a circle, a square, and triangles. You might define a base class called a shape and common attributes and methods, and then create a subclasses for the each specific shape. So for example, here we have created one shape which is generic. We don't know what type of the shape. So we have created one class called generic, which is shape, and inside the shape we have created one protected method, which is a protected variable, which is x and y, which is integer type, and we have created one method also which is shape, and we are initializing those variables. So public abstract void draw. So we have a one abstract method inside this. So this is the abstract class. So inside this abstract method we can define no issue, and whatever the classes which is circle or it's tried to extend the shape classes, because abstract class and circle class both are the classes, so we have to extend it. Okay, so while extending you can write public class circle extend. So we are creating a new class with the help of the shape class. So public class circle extend the shape. So whatever the properties we are having a shape, it will come inside this circle class because of extending. So here inside this circle also we have created one more variable, which is radius, and public circle int x, y, or radius we have created, and we have written the super xy, so that xy variable will be initialized with the xy variables, and this that radius equal to radius we have initialized also. Here the draw method we have implemented, which is abstract method having in the shape class. Also other methods are constructors here, similar classes of the square, triangle, etc. So we can, like that, we can do the operations with the inheritance. Okay, so as of now you understood what is the encapsulation, what is the inheritance, how we can do work on that, what are the types of the inheritance are available in Java, what is the use of the OOPs, and how we can do the work with the OOPs. So little bit we can understood. In the next video we can discuss about what is the single inheritance, what is the multi-level inheritance, each and everything with the example we can understood, and I am going to cover each and everything. Okay, thank you so much.